When the iPhone 8 was announced back in 2017, it was clearly overshadowed by the iPhone 10, which showcased Apple's next-gen design with the notch and almost bezel-less design. I'm sure a lot of you, myself included, waited for the iPhone 10 instead of upgrading immediately to the iPhone 8 and 8 Plus because the 10 was the next best thing. It had all the new features like Face ID, an OLED display, a better camera, and a much more refined design. So the iPhone 8 didn't really appeal to me, so I skipped that. Now with this new iPhone SE 2020, it's using the same body and materials as the iPhone 8. It has the same glass back that has wireless charging capabilities, a single camera, a 4.7-inch display, Touch ID, and it retails for just $399. Now, even though it's using the same chassis as the iPhone 8, internally though, this is where it gets interesting. It has new wireless capabilities like gigabit class LTE and Wi-Fi 6 for super fast data speeds, but it also features the same A13 Bionic processor found on the iPhone 11 Pro, which costs $1,000. And it's the same one, it's not underclock or anything like that. Now what this means for you is that you're getting the best chipset available for the iPhone. Apps and games will launch faster, playing games are more fluid, and looks a lot better too. And you also have a better AR experience if you're into that sort of thing. Now, I personally haven't noticed any lag or app crashes since I've been using this phone. It's been a familiar experience for me since I've been using the 11 Pro as my daily for the past few months. Now, the more I use this iPhone though, the more I'm loving the form factor. The 4.7-inch display is definitely small compared to what I've been using over the years, but I don't know, there's something about this form factor that makes it special for me. Of course, I wish the display was a little bit bigger. Maybe a 5.1-inch display would have been better and have slimmer bezels, but this is fine. Now the display looks great for a $399 smartphone, it's bright enough for everyday use, but outside visibility could be better, and the colors aren't as rich as OLED obviously. But nonetheless, it's still a really good panel for a budget phone. Now going back to Touch ID versus using Face ID was also a refreshing change. It's nice to be able to just touch below the display and authenticate my phone. Now this is super helpful when I'm still in bed and half of my face is being covered by my pillow so it doesn't authenticate it and I can't see my notifications right away. But I wish Apple would just add a Touch ID sensor and Face ID on a single device and call it a day. It would make a lot of people's lives easier and I'm sure everybody would appreciate it. Now the thing I don't like about this phone though, in all honesty, is how slippery it is in my hand. Even the iPhone 11 and its matte textured back, I think is still really slippery. I've always had issues of phones slipping out of my hands because of the metal and glass combo, so I'd rather put a case or skin on it to help alleviate that issue. Now if you are a case person, I'd highly recommend checking out our channel sponsor Dbrand and their grip case for the iPhone SE 2020. It's a relatively slim case that adds extra grip so that there's less chance of you dropping your phone. And the cool thing about the grip case is that you can customize it with Dbrand skins. I went with a swarm pattern because I know that this particular skin is a little bit more grippier than the others, but if you want to go ahead and support the channel and see more content like this, go ahead and check out Dbrand by clicking the first link below. Alright, so one of the most important questions I always ask myself whenever there's a new smartphone is, how good is the camera? iPhones over the past few years have been really good in terms of photo quality and what you're able to get out of them. The iPhone SE 2020 is pretty identical to the iPhone XS and XR in terms of photo quality. It's contrasty, it's not too vibrant, it's pretty sharp all around and can be edited in VSCO or Lightroom pretty easily. Now you also get portrait mode for both the front and back cameras, which is awesome, but it'll only work for people and not objects or pets. Now unlike the 11 series though, there's no night mode, so it's not the best at low light, but it's great for a $399 smartphone. Now the same goes for videos. If you've ever used an iPhone to shoot any kind of video, then you know what kind of video quality you'll get out of this phone. This means great autofocus, great stabilization, accurate colors and exposure, and flagship-like frame rates. Now one new video feature this iPhone SE 2020 has though is Quick Take, which we've seen from the iPhone 11. This allows you to quickly record a video by pressing and holding the shutter button like on Instagram stories or Snapchat, and once you let go of that button, the video will stop recording. Now I love this feature because of how easy it is to just open up the camera app, hold the shutter button down, and I'm right there recording a video. Then I can upload that video to Instagram at a slightly higher resolution and frame rate. But yeah, that's the iPhone SE 2020 in a nutshell. It's a brand new iPhone with the latest processor from its flagship lineup. It's really fast, it's got a familiar design, and you can pick one up for only $399. Now there's so many reviews out there that can further explain what each new feature is and talk about its performance and do all these sort of benchmark tests. I'll leave some of my favorite reviews linked down below so you can check them out. If you want to see high quality photos or photo samples, check out my Instagram or Twitter. I'm just at HeyMarkL. And yeah, I'll catch you all in the next one.